Welcome to the France 24 Observers. This show is based on our network of observers. They're ordinary people who tell us what's going on where they are and send in photos and videos to document it. We check everything here in Paris and bring the best to you. We begin today in the Sahel, the grasslands south of the Sahara Desert. The region is home to the nomadic Tuareg people and for the last month, a little-known war. Tuareg rebels have been battling the government of Mali, fighting for their independence. And as in any war, the suffering has spread to civilians who've been fleeing in their thousands.
We visited two camps. The people are living in makeshift shelters. They use whatever they can find to cover them from the hot sun until they get proper aid. There are almost no facilities, just a pump for water that you have to pump with your hand. It's not even enough for 200 or 300 people. The refugees were just waiting for help. There was no one there. No journalists, no one. We were the first on the scene, the first to document what was going on. I posted information on my Facebook page. I hope it will be useful for others. I managed to get there, and the pictures I took give an idea of what's going on. I just wanted to do what I could to help. Things are bad, really bad. You can see the suffering on every face. The mothers, their children. It's hard to see that when you know you're powerless to help. You just don't have the resources. You can share their pain, but that does nothing.
Now to Ivory Coast and the head of the nation's new military police. His name is Kone Zakaria. He helped Alassane Ouattara defeat his rival Laurent Gbagbo, and now his job is to disarm the various groups who fought in last year's civil war. Now, Commander Zakaria is also a dozo, a member of a society of traditional hunters who are believed to have magical powers. They wear charms known as gris-gris, for instance, that supposedly protect them from bullets. The dozos played an important role in the war, and the commander recently brought them together to cement their support. Our observer, a Frenchman who lives in Abidjan, was there.
It was a ceremony to celebrate Kone Zakaria's 32nd birthday. He invited dozo hunters from across the region, around 1,000 of them, maybe even more, so he could address them. It started with parades by the hunters. Then the dozo chiefs arrived and staged a ceremony. It was a demonstration of their powers. As for the commander, he started out by eating tree leaves. Then he pulled a long string from his throat. It was about 10 or 15 meters long. As a European, coming from a tradition of rationalism, I was skeptical about the magic part. But it's still a good way of displaying your power to the community. To show you're top dog, with powers beyond those of ordinary mortals.
Now for our weekly roundup of the best images and stories sent in by our observers. First up, Moscow, with a video the ruling party is not happy about. Our observer, Yevgeny, filmed a woman he says was giving out bribes. Bribes for people to show up at a campaign rally for Vladimir Putin, the current prime minister, who wants to have a second stint as president. Yevgeny says the woman was offering 1,000 rubles, or about 25 euros, for people to go to the rally. He told us he just happened to see the payouts, then put his video online without thinking about the risks for himself. The authorities say Yevgeny is lying about the incident, and no one is paying anyone to support Putin. But there are other stories out there that cause concern about the upcoming election. This woman was the head of a polling station in southwestern Russia during the legislative elections that were held back in December. She says she's now refusing to take the same post in the presidential election because, she says, election officials are under pressure to make sure Putin wins in the first round. There's even a target figure, she says. Putin is supposed to get 70% of the vote. And now to Japan and a dramatic video. It happened at a zoo in Tokyo. An escaped rhino, and he's not the only one. A polar bear. An orangutan. A very angry orangutan. All right, they're not real, none of them. It's a training exercise for the zoo staff, so they'll know how to keep the public safe if an animal should get out of its enclosure. But if a rhino escaped, would it really happen like this? That's it for this week, but you can continue to follow our observers online. Check out our website for the latest reports, our Facebook and Twitter pages, and our iPhone app. See you next time, here or online.